up, you guys? It's Mary.
And I'm
Leave our chance to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment
down below, y'all. Today we are going to be talking about Uganda and their new law.
Yes.
About the LGBTQ. They said that you can get life in prison. I think.
No, it's not life. I think it's 10 years or something.
You get
and
10
that
years
is for
identifying.
Well, promoting it.
Promoting
I think
it.
promoting, trying to actively get people to, like become a member of the LGBT.
And then trying to persuade kids into it.
Yeah.
But there is no death penalty.
No, there's
that
no
was
death,
a lie.
That's not that. But my thing is, like I've said before, everyone needs to have their rights.
Yeah.
You know, I have friends who are in that community. Some of them have come into it. The ones who are friends of mine, okay, have come into it. Most of them have come into it because they were either abused.
Yeah. And
I know it's not all members of this community. I'm just telling you the ones that I know. They've been abused. Some horrendous stuff has happened, and they're turned off by the opposite sex.
Yeah.
I have friends, and I think I spoke about this before, who got disappointed. There was no abuse, but got disappointed by just men. And she met someone who very actively pursued her and was kind to her. And she's like, you know something, let me go here. But I think I already told you guys she was still kind of cheating with a guy, because she's like, I mean, sometimes I just need that. But we're not friends anymore because, I told her that
about herself.
And she wanted to hear it. For me, cheating is cheating. It's cheating. I think it's wrong. Because if you need that, I mean, there are so many different things I guess you can use or whatever. But be honest with your partner.
Yeah.
But I'm happy Uganda did this, and I'm sure there are going to be other countries around the world, because they're seeing how it's not working in America. It's causing a lot of chaos, a lot of protests, and all of this stuff, because it's almost as if they're really trying to push this agenda and put it in the face of people. I mean, you have pastors that are contorting themselves, like they don't know what to say. Like everyone is afraid to actually even speak about this, like really to even say, hey, this is what the Bible says, this is what the Quran says. Like, I mean, of course, the Muslim community,
they're standing strong on it. They say it is what it is. This is what God says.
This is what God says.
We're not changing it.
No, of course not. We're not changing it. And the other thing is, this is what he says. Everybody, and in the Quran, okay, this is a sin. That's how it is. It just is. Just like fornication is a sin. It's an abomination to God. That's what it says in our book. I know in the Bible it's the same. It's the same. So, do I think this a fornicator? I mean, look, I used to be a fornicator. Do I think when I was being a fornicator, was I going to be better than someone who's an LGBTQ? No. Because sin is sin. Full stop, here at the end. That's how I feel about it. Am I going to go around and start talking to people about, this is wrong, whatever? No. Only if you ask me what the books say. You know what I'm saying? But I don't feel because you're LGBTQ, you need to be punished, you need to be, spat on, whatever, okay? I have been spat on, trash thrown on me and my children because we're Muslim.
Tomatoes were thrown
okay?
on you.
Like, we've been through that. Been there, done that. It's not a good feeling. So I don't want that for members of this community.
Yeah.
They need to be able to live peacefully and not be harassed, okay? And I think what the African countries are trying to say, these heads of states, is in Africa, this is not a problem. Like, people don't go around talking really about their personal life.
Whether you're straight or gay.
Like, hey, I met my man, and and this is what we do, and that's how we get down. Nobody really cares. People are dealing with survival a lot of times, okay? And so I think that's where it's going. I mean, even when Kamala Harris was there in Ghana, the president's like, oh yeah, there's some legislation coming through, But he has already made it very clear, this is not going to be something that it's not part of our culture. It's not. Most of the people who are here are not in that community.
Yeah.
Our citizens, this is not what they think about when they wake up. Okay? No. And probably in the whole year, they're not thinking about this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You guys go on with your life. No one is going to be going around you, and even Museveni, the president of Uganda, said that. Nobody's going to knock on the door, hey, let's see who you are living with.
Who's your lover?
And where, you guys, nobody is doing that.
Yeah.
No one is doing that in Africa. Not one person will do that.
No one has time.
They might not have time to go follow you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just my whole thing with LGBTQ, just like you want your rights to be respected, respect other people's rights. Like me as a Muslim, I want my rights to be respected, then I damn sure better respect. Oops, proud me. Then sorry Allah, I cursed it. Just like me, I am a Muslim. I want my rights to be respected as a Muslim. To be able to pray as a Muslim. If I need to cover my head as a Muslim. These are the rights, right? To be able to pray without someone persecuting me for praying. You know, it's like those people who were in China, the Muslims who are in China, I cannot remember the name, it starts with W. And it broke my heart when they were saying that they were being forced to eat pork, right?
And like concentration camps,
yes,
right, basically.
Yes, and they were forced to eat pork, they are forced not to say Allah's name. Like all of that stuff, it broke my heart. Broke my heart. I tell you, for weeks I was crying. Like just when I thought about them, I just felt so bad. You know what I'm saying? And that was one of the reasons why I love America. Because here you can be who you want to be. Yeah. But the problem that I'm having now with America is the fact that it seems as though they're infringing on the rights of other people to give rights to the LGBTQ. And that is not fair. You have to find a balance where people's rights are not going to be infringed on. If I as a Christian or as a Muslim say, this is what my book says, well guess what? The book also says no fornicating, both Bible and Quran. Okay? But that don't mean that one is better than the other. But I'm not going to try to make up stories about what's really in the book for you to feel good. You know what I'm saying? Don't infringe on the rights of others. Just like you don't want nobody to infringe on your rights. That's how I feel about it. What do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, I think that Uganda's putting down their law. I think really it's because they don't want one kid to be affected. Because I mean, they're seeing how they really preying on kids. Yeah. You know, asking little kids in elementary, middle school, what are your pronouns, confusing them and all this stuff. I saw
some video. Are you a boy? Are you sure?
I saw some video on YouTube where they basically had little kids who are like below the ages 10 and below sit down there in front of a drag queen and like basically trying to show them what a drag queen was and all this stuff. And
the reason for that is what?
There's no reason, because
I just don't understand.
Kids aren't supposed to know about sex. They're not supposed to be aware of straight, gay, all this stuff. I just don't think they're too young. And in my opinion, I feel like all that should really be kept until a child is really 18. Really, all that stuff should be kept until marriage, for real. Like, kids should not be, and definitely not kids. Kids should not they just should not be exposed to all of that. Yeah. So that's my issue. Do I have an issue with Uganda putting down this law? I don't, because my thing is, I feel like there's an agenda for them to depopulate Africa, because in Nigeria, they're so fertile. And they don't want the country to continue to grow, because also the population in America is going down. I mean, that's just a fact.
I mean, Bill Gates did say he wants to depopulate the earth, and he also wants to dim the sun. And
psychopath.
Actually talked to a reporter, and I didn't even see the what is it? Like, the reporter didn't even push back. I'm like, how do you not ask him how he's going to dim the sun? Like, who are you to dim the sun? Who are you to talk about depopulation?
You will burn to a crisp before that happens.
So it's just
But I
so
felt
bizarre.
like Uganda, it's okay for them to do that. That's their country. No one comes to your country and tells you what you should do. So Kamala Harris coming here, probably trying to bribe Africa to come and bring in the LGBTQ, because that's what I think she's really coming for. I think it's ridiculous. This is what this is what they want. This is what they believe in. This is their culture. Their culture is not a free for all for everything. No. That's not what their culture is.
And neither is America. Neither is America. It's not free for all there either.
In America?
No, it's not a free for all for them either.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I would say free for all, but
it's not a free for all.
My thing is, every country has their laws, their rules, and their regulations. You should respect them and leave them the hell alone. You need to take yourself back to America and go worry about the school shooting and trying to get kids to be safe again in schools. Why she brought her pressed soap over there to Africa, it made no sense to me.
There's a lot going on.
There's too much going on. Y'all need to be canceling students' debt. Y'all should be canceling my debt, and you guys should be trying to give checks to the American people, and then bring down the cost of living. That's why people are fleeing like it's a pilgrimage. That is ridiculous. So I felt like Uganda putting a foot down. I think it was a good thing. You can't come here and stay and do whatever you want. Put some money in our things and think we're just going to follow your rules and regulations. How am I going to follow the laws of somebody else in another country when you have to follow the laws of what your people want? Like, there are people really worried about what am I going to eat tomorrow. I have to go do this. I have to go take care of my kids and my husband. I have to go get the food. I have to go do this. I have to wash clothes. Like, people are focused on survival. You wake up in the morning here, 4 o'clock, the women are already outside with the buckets on their head. Men are already out there trying to work and bring in money for the family. You see people every single day hustling. They're not sitting down there waving the flag. Woo! This is who I'm having sex with tonight. Like, that's for them. That's like what is that?
No one
has time for that. So I feel like for them to come and force it on Africans, I feel like it's dumb. When you have things, it's disrespectful and it's a slap in the face.
I want to see the African president that is allowed to go to America and
tell them what they need to do,
how you need to live.
The audacity, really.
Or coming in and saying, you know something, this is how I need.
You're uncivilized. You need to do this. You need to do that. Like, I mean,
go somewhere with
please, you will probably kick him out of the country for him even daring to do that. So for you to come and do that, it puts a really nasty taste in my mouth. So my thing is, please stay out of our country. Go focus on your own country.
I wonder what the president here, President Hassan.
I just hope that she follows Macafuli's lead and does not allow them. Because you give them an inch, they're going to take a mile.
Yeah, because she's Muslim.
She's a Muslim woman, covered up head to toe.
So I will see what she said when she comes out that we need to do LGBTQ.
I would love to see what she has to say.
She's like, sister, that's not an issue here. It's not something that we cover. I mean, the Kenyan president also said that.
And in my opinion, there's actually not a lot of gay people here. And there's also not a lot of gay people in America either. They're a minority. They're less than the blacks and the Asians in America.
They're 7% though. They've gone up. Their opinion has gone up to 7%. They're 7%.
They're 7%. They're not even double digits. So if they're only 7% in America, what do you think they're here in Africa? Probably 0.5%.
It's just not our culture.
It's not our
culture to go and talk about what we're doing.
People have to respect people. That's the issue. No one respects people.
And I honestly believe that people in that community, they are actually respectful. And they don't like this agenda that's being pushed on their behalf. A lot of them don't. A lot of them don't agree with it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like politicians, they don't care. Like, what are you all doing? It's almost as if maybe they're getting paid off by people, right?
To do all this
to have this whole agenda, because the whole thing is, okay, if you have LGBTQ, is that another front to try to depopulate the world, or like what's going on? And then my thing too, look at China. China tells the guys are not supposed to look feminine.
You can't look feminine. You can't wear clothing. You can't grow your hair out,
and all that.
And there's some serious repercussions. But they don't bother because they're in debt to China. Really,
I wonder, why don't you go there and tell them? But you're willing to dare because, like you said, in debt to China.
And so then that's they're basically like the next superpower, really. They have sat down there, they have
It almost seems
toiled.
as though they already are.
Yeah.
Because did you all see China bringing in Saudi Arabia? Usually it's an
Well, did you
American
hear
president who
that
does that. They went and brought Saudi Arabia and Iran together. Did you see them go to Putin, the president of Russia,
They have
to go
actually.
talk to them about Ukraine? Usually
Well, did
it's
you
like
hear about what they did
America that
recently?
does that, but now it's China. So I'm like, China has taken over.
Well, you know,
They
in
have.
China, they also have decided that they're not going to use the American dollar anymore. They have actually partnered with Brazil and decided to trade it in their own currency.
Are you serious?
Yes, they
Oh,
are not using the
wow.
American dollar no more.
Wow,
They
I
have
did
worked
not
with
know
Brazil
that.
and they're using their own money.
Wow.
I feel like Africa needs to do the same because there's gold here.
Yeah.
That's what I feel personally. 'Cause I mean, like,
Wow.
gold's more valuable than dollars. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
yeah, so I mean.
I did not know that. I have to. I have to research
Yeah,
that
they
too.
did that. I think
Because
they
I do
posted
know.
that
I
like 2
think
days ago.
the yen. That's the. Isn't it the yen? Is that the Chinese? You guys correct me. I don't know if it's China or Japan's currency, but I know that that has been higher than the dollar for a while. I don't know if it's higher than the pound though, which is in Europe. I don't know if that's higher than the pound, but
Yeah.
wow, that is something.
But Africa,
You
one,
don't
I
tell
feel
me
like they
something
need.
today.
I feel like Africa as a collective needs to come together
They
to
do.
become the next superpower. The
They-
fact that we
they-
need
they do.
passports to go to another country
Yeah.
in Africa, I think is ridiculous. Because that's just like you going to get a passport for you to go to Florida
I know.
to go to Florida to
Yeah,
Maryland.
and there have
And
been
it's
some
ridiculous.
African presidents who have wanted that. You know, Kwame Nkrumah, the guy Randall Rawlins,
Yeah.
not Randall Rawlins. Gaddafi when he was here.
I
he
really just don't
wanted
think
the
that.
unity of
Yeah.
Africa. Like if we could unite. I mean, I know they have said things like, oh, the language, every tribe has its own language or something. But I think as time goes on, I mean, already now there are like 5 West African countries.
Yeah.
Which you can get the passports and go to these different countries
Yeah.
without a visa and stuff. I
Yeah.
think Ghana, Sierra Leone, probably Liberia.
I mean, my thing is keep
I don't
your
think
separate
Nigeria is part of
languages,
that.
that's fine. This
Yeah.
is a rich culture. You can have your
Exactly.
separate languages, but don't have people having to use the passports from
Yeah.
every different countries.
Yeah.
Like, there's ways that you
Exactly.
can unite. You don't have to create a
Yeah.
whole new language to unite.
Yeah.
There's
And
other
Gordon might have
ways.
talked about that too.
Yeah.
Like Africans, I think as time goes on,
All
and
that
this-
will
and this
come, but let's
young
start with the
group
passport.
becomes politicians,
Yeah.
you know, the future is really bright because a lot of people like your age
Yeah.
are talking about it. And when they get older and they get into those positions of power, they're going to change it.
In my opinion,
We're gonna change
Africa
it.
does not need America's help at all. If anything, America needs Africa's help, as far as
I
I'm
mean,
concerned.
Africa has
So-
all the resources.
Has all the
that they
resources.
need.
This is a very beautiful, rich, and abundant country. They
Yeah.
don't need America because the thing is,
Yeah.
you go to America to help give you funds. All of that comes with stipulations. All of that
And
comes
interest.
with interest. All of that comes
Yeah.
with requirements, and it also is going to. It's going to also require you to get on your knee and do some things that you
Yeah.
probably don't want to do.
Exactly.
So my thing is, I would say what Magafuli did. I don't want nothing to do with the West.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
I want to just focus on what's going on here.
And this
I
is coming
think-
from an African American who is now in Africa.
Yeah.
That's what
really
I think.
feel like every country for the next 10 years, just focus on yourself.
Yeah. Especially,
Only if like it's like something like when COVID happened and we kind of tried to
Yeah.
come together and whatever and help out. But everyone needs to focus on themselves. That's why I
absolutely.
think America, focus on yourself. I mean, that's one of the things that I liked about Donald Trump. I'm just going to keep it real. I did. I
Yeah.
like that about him. I like the
That
fact
nationalist
that a brand
mentality.
new war did not start or continue.
I mean,
You
but
know,
if I felt like
those are
if they had
things.
brought the troops home
Yeah.
and they had troops kind of like at the schools,
only
maybe you would not be
problem-
having school shootings. You know what I'm saying? Like if you brought them home, because you're also about how there's no police officers. Well, let's
Oh,
have
that's
the army
right.
people there, like
Oh,
the
I
troops,
see what you're
have
saying.
them in the schools
Into-
and all
that's-
that stuff.
Yeah,
Like that
that's an
makes
idea.
sense, but you have them doing all these wars for what?
I know.
And all these different countries for what?
Whereas
So you
we're
can
not
spy on
safe
them?
in our own country. Like,
I know. I
it's
thought it's so
frustrating.
uncivilized.
Very
that they,
good idea. Have some of the military going
yeah, being there
stationed at
protecting
some of the
schools.
schools to protect.
I think
yes.
it's so
Because
uncivilized.
can you imagine if there's a military person there, as soon
Who's
as she
doing that?
came in and shot, he
Oh,
would have already been
It
there.
would have been, you would have
You
been
know
out of
what?
there.
That is such a good idea.
You know what I'm saying?
You guys
So I
pass
just
it
feel
on.
like
Very
that
good idea.
I feel like America is just starting to become uncivilized.
Yeah.
School is no longer safe.
Yeah.
Like, what's that? We see here in Africa, we see you kids as young as 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 walking by themselves on the highway to go home. You can't do that in America, so you have to worry about some sick pedophile trying to get your kid.
Yeah, you can't do that there.
Or some crazy person comes to the school for gun because they want to commit suicide, but you have to kill everybody else first. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all, that's just our little rant today.
And let us know, did you hear about Uganda? What do you think? If you're African, what do you really think about this? Do you think this is something that other countries should go? Now, I'm not talking about jail time, but just
I don't
to
think
say,
anybody should be put to death for being gay. I don't think so.
Well, that's not what
That's not even what
Uganda
they
is saying
said,
at all.
but I felt like,
And
of course,
not-
the media
yeah.
had to hype it up and lie.
Yeah.
They had all these people coming there. The next day, Kamala Harris was on the plane.
Yeah.
I'm here.
So
We haven't seen you since you were there couch patching at the black schools with Biden.
Oh.
You have not been nowhere to be found. Now you want to come pop out? Please go pop back into your country.
you know, I think with Kamala Harris, remember she was going against Biden. You know, they were both running for the same race. And then he chose her to be his vice president.
Oh.
So I feel as though he has kind of kept her in a box on purpose because you are my competition. When we're trying to,
Well, I don't know why she even
president,
bothered.
I will not. Yeah, I would have just not bothered. Continue to be a senator. Continue to have your voice heard. Continue to hold his feet to the fire and all that stuff. But hey,
Yeah.
you know.
But yeah, y'all, it's Mary.
And I'm
We invite you guys to like,
Cheers.